The topics of this podcast you're about to listen to includes cosplayers that will not just discuss said topic, but also make fun of, throw shade, run game at, etc., at anyone remotely connected to the topic at hand. So there is a possibility of being offended. Remember, you have been warned. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Black Cosplayers podcast. We are on episode 16. Oh, man. We're going to talk about something a little special tonight. I don't think we've really talked about this, but we're going to get into it. But before we do, I'd like the rest of the staff and our guests to introduce themselves, because tonight's show is going to be off the chain. Please.
What's up? It's me, Kay, Fujoshi Commentary on YouTube.
Next.
I guess I'll go.
Well, go on, girl.
I did.
Oh, can you do it again? Because I don't think anyone heard it.
No, I ain't hear you.
Oh.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll go. Hi. It's I, once again, the Muffin Man. Baking muffins for your sins. Yes.
Alright, I guess I'll go again. I'm Mocha Bunny 91. What's good with everyone tonight?
I'm Bill Gates.
And our guest.
You mean Leroy Gates?
Hey, I'm Gabe or Alphonse from the Alien Madness podcast with Kay. And is it wrong to be eating like Popeyes right now?
No. That's the blackest thing you could do.
It's only wrong if you don't have enough to share.
For real.
All right, well, you know what? I think I'm in the wrong here.
All right, okay. All right.
You might be.
Look, wait. Was that the preach I just heard?
Oh, Lord. I always share muffins.
At least he ain't eating them biscuits without water. Like,
Oh, Lord. Well, all right. Well, Kay, first of all, let me tell you something.
oh,
I actually am eating the biscuits without water.
bruh.
Oh, wait, never mind. I got juice right here.
Oh.
Never mind.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
There you go. You gotta save yourself.
I forgot I had juice.
False alarm.
Okay. Have y'all seen the meme where it says, "I told Daddy to choke me, so he gave me two Popeyes biscuits and no drink"?
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Okay, but before we get into tonight's topic, all right, I need to know, what's your spot for fried chicken? We got KFC, we got Popeyes, Church's, the local halal
I love how
spot.
you stumble.
Wait, is this a question for me?
This is for everybody.
No, everyone.
Okay.
Church's Chicken is the only place for quality chicken.
And wait, one more. Wait, one more. Besides the halal spot, the local Chinese restaurant.
All right.
Churches.
Woo!
When the black women are in the back.
Yeah.
Don't eat fried chicken like that.
question. You know, fried chicken is fried chicken is fried chicken. So,
That's not true.
Bojangles.
See, I forgot about Bojangles because we don't have one up here, so my bad.
Oh yeah.
That's the good shit.
Look, only time I can get Bojangles when my butt is down in North Carolina.
There's like one like right down the goddamn street from me, and it's really good.
See, for me, I love me some Popeyes, but if I'm not near one, I'll hit up that halal spot, get me like 2 pieces, biscuit, and some fries and a drink for $5. That's what's up.
And what is halal anyway?
Asian place.
Halal is like Muslim kosher per se. It's the same thing, but it's in the Muslim religion. It's how they cut the
kosher.
Yeah, it's variant of kosher for Muslims, and it's just how they prepare the chicken. It's like halal chicken is sort of like how KFC used to be back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be hitting that up then?
Yeah, because they fix their chicken in a pressure cooker all the time.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, and it's generally a couple dollars cheaper than going to any other spot. You see how KFC and all of them talk about 2 pieces and a soda for like $6. Like I said, you go to a halal spot and get 2 pieces, a biscuit, and some fries, and a soda for $5.
Ooh.
And
I
you
want
get,
the martyr, so that's perfect for me.
And podcast.
and if you go to like the Chinese restaurant, you can get 4 wings and fries and a soda for $5.50, or fried
Really?
rice, whatever you want.
I want you to know I'm writing this down. I promise you. I gotta do chicken plug. Gotta keep my hunger going.
Yep. Research is very important.
Black people can be racist and podcast. The end.
Best quickest podcast we ever had.
Come together on some chicken, I'll tell you what.
Come together with some chicken, some watermelon, some grape soda.
Why? Watermelon
Bro,
every
like
day.
right now, I have pineapple soda and watermelon juice right outside of me.
This man trying to. Boy, you trying to be a black sorcerer, ain't you? You all kind of powered up.
Yeah.
He's channeling the power of Negrodamus.
Like, with my long, like, locks. I guess it would make sense.
Okay, now that we got that out of our system, tonight's show, we're
The
gonna,
wind.
Yeah, somebody must be walking or something.
You're walking in the wind.
Right. Somebody's on the moon. God damn it.
Who wandered away from home? Somebody trying to run to Popeyes right now.
There's no Popeyes on the moon.
Or is there?
Oh yeah, I guess we wouldn't know.
They got moon.
Those must be some like very like bored workers on the moon, man.
Probably.
Unless the aliens are stopping by. They love
Speaking of
Popeyes.
alien madness.
Not yet. Okay,
Oh, okay.
to the topic at hand.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about racism. Now, the big thing is how black people say white people are racist and so forth, which is true. Because I'll tell you this, everybody's a little bit racist sometimes. Now, in a recent discussion we had, there are some black people out there who believe that black people cannot be racist, especially against their own people. To that, I have to say, have you met my grandmother?
Yeah.
Lord. Yeah, it's this whole thing that.
And I think oh my bad, I didn't want to cut you off, but
No,
I think
you're
it's
good.
like
Go on.
I think black grandmas and grandpas are like the only black people who are allowed to be racist to other black people.
Of course,
They have,
they've been through the
they have
struggle.
that right.
They've been in the struggle.
Right, yeah.
I can tell you right now, from being Captain Woke, I have seen.
Like, my grandmother is the most religious person I've ever seen. She's so sweet. But, like, if a nigga cuts her off in the hood, she's not afraid to call him a nigga or, you know, like, scream obscenities.
Yep. My dad's mom, she was like that. She was a tough cookie. She had a lot of white friends and black friends, but you cut her off. Nigga, what you say? She'll get her slip on you, run you out the house.
Let me tell you, I recently spoke with my grandmother about some stuff that's going on in my life, and I explained this story about something that happened to me, and right out of her mouth, she's like, must be one of them damn white folks. I was like, no, this person was Hispanic. I think she was Puerto Rican. Except my grandmother said, well, they think they white anyway, so I was just like, damn, my grandmother has no chill. Goes to church like everybody else, but yeah, no.
Yeah, my other grandmother on mom's side, she's actually afraid of white people. She's not really afraid, as in the sense that if she sees one, she's got to duck and cover. But in the sense of she came from that time where you don't look white people in the eye, you don't
Right.
say, yeah, she's very cautious, but she's not racist. And she knows the difference between a nice white person and a mean white person.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, it was that mentality because she's used to working under white people and things. You don't look at white people, you don't do this and stuff. So she has that mindset. But my grandmother on my dad's side is just like, I don't care. We all racist. What you mean?
Exactly.
She don't care. She like I showed her the picture of the cosplayers with the brown face paint, like a few of them, and I said, "Do you think this is blackface?" And she's like, "That's blackface. That's funny. That's not blackface. That's a sad attempt at blackface."
See, now, here's
She
something.
said, "You never know."
See, now this is something I've come across. Double meanings. Like, we know what blackface is. We go by what the original meaning is. And as time, words evolve into newer meanings, and that's what people are going by. Like, you know that there's that damn Christmas song, "Baby, It's Cold Outside"?
Baby, it's cold outside.
There is a new meaning to that it's misogynistic and it's a rapey Christmas song.
That's a reach.
Well, if there's enough, I'm just saying there's enough articles.
Armstrong.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't see it that way. To me, it's just a song.
level of reaching.
I look at it this way. This is not the time nor the place for that, it's the holidays, can we not?
Yeah.
If you want to fight over something, take Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines. Here's a blurred line steak. I'm throwing it into the pit. Y'all go have fun with that shit. Go.
That is exactly what I talk about.
There is a Michael Jackson song just for the holidays about, like, someone's mom cheating on them with Santa Claus. And you know what? It's still fucking drowsy.
And depending on who's singing it, Santa Claus is cheating on moms with pops.
Look.
I'm like, Blurred Lines. Blurred Lines was one of the most commercialized songs. They had two versions on YouTube, the nude version and the regular version. This song was basically about a guy taking a woman, despite whatever she being faithful to her husband, and saying, "No, you're a hoe, come with me." And these women were dancing to it. They were saying, "Oh, this is my jam. Robin Thicke is bae," and things like that. And I'm just like, but Baby, It's Cold Outside is misogynistic when it's just singing about, babe, you don't have to leave. You don't have to go home. We could stay and talk and be together because I know we're in a relationship and you don't have to leave. It's not, really?
That's too simple. That's too simple.
People tend to overanalyze shit. Now, back on the topic of Blurred Lines, I actually lost a friendship over this because this one chick was upset about the song. So I found an article where this feminist says the song wasn't racist. So I posted it trying to show the other side of the coin. And people were like, yeah, you're right. It was a civil discussion until she comes steamrolling in, screaming that I'm misogynistic, this, and that. And I was just being nice. I'm trying to defend and explain, and she's still screaming. This is the turning point where she unfriended me. Her boyfriend, I gave no fucks at this point. I said to her, well, I can assume you were sexually assaulted as a young child, and I can tell that you did not get the proper medication, the proper therapy for it, and because of that, you're being easily triggered over shit, and you're taking that on me, someone you considered a friend. What you need to do is step the fuck back and go find yourself a therapist.
Oh, Lord.
And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I gave no fucks after that.
Lord have mercy. You're a lot more patient than I would have been.
Well, you gotta understand. You've seen Spaceballs, and he goes, I'm surrounded by assholes. At least a good 25 plus years of my life, I have been surrounded by fucking assholes. And I just know how to be patient with it. I'm at that point where you can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to go do my thing. As long as you understand what I'm doing, as long as you understand what you're doing, we good. When you start getting in my face about it, then we're going to have a problem. So,
I can't.
Now, Kay, I believe you were the one that, I think I said let's run with this as a topic because something had happened. Care to let the fans know why we're talking about this tonight?
Okay. Do you want me to name names or keep it on
Yes, please.
Well,
Names.
I don't know. Well, we've named names before, but we've always had reasons for it. We just wasn't shouting people out. If you can do it without...
You should name Hollywood people.
Yeah. If you
Wait, can you, like, blur it out?
I can.
Okay. Well, this person... Well, I feel like this person should be identified because Well, no. You know what? I won't identify this time because this isn't the nail in the coffin. This isn't the nail in the coffin. I feel like it's gonna come, and we'll need it. I feel like if Alphonse or Gabe wants to do it, then that's fine. But me personally, it's petty.
Wait till after my time.
Wait, do you want to give a fake name?
Yeah, we can give a fake name.
Because there's a saying: you change the names to protect the stupid.
Yeah.
Can we call her Jim Crow?
That's actually what you named her in the chat.
I can't. I'm dead.
Jane Crow?
Jane Crow. Here we go. Alright, Miss Jane Crow. We've had issues with Miss Jane Crow in the past. Whatever. Oh, we've had issues with Miss Jane Crow in the past. Miss Jane Crow she tends to be a follower of sorts, that she doesn't really have her own mindset, and she constantly contradicts herself on statuses and trying to be outspoken and woke as fuck for whatever reason. And, this recently, Gabe, as the guest on our show, he basically just was like, DM'd me and was like, this girl is nuts. And I'm like, oh, what did she do this time? And Gabe, would you care to tell what she said?
Let me tell y'all what this hoe said.
Wait. The fact that he called her a hoe, you know this is going to be good.
Yeah, he never does that to people, so...
Get your popcorn, get your soda. It's going to be good.
So, we've been talking for quite some time. She's cool. Well, I thought she was cool. Like, she showed some signs of being, like, a cunt, but I was like, okay, whatever, like, I'm gonna just let it slide. But she called me one day with a story. She's like, oh, you want to hear something funny? And I was like, okay, cool. So, I was, like, walking alone in the dark, so shit, I want to talk to someone on the phone. It's like, cool, whatever. I'm talking to her on the phone and listening to her quote-unquote funny story, and she's like, so, yeah, I'm at work. She works at Kroger, and, like, fucking... Yeah. She talks about, like, how some white guy came up to her. And he said the smoothest fucking thing to her. And it was like, she said he was cute. He said I forgot what it was. It was, like, smooth as butter, though. It was something like, that, like, if he would have said it to me, I personally would have, like, fell head first and just gave him a fucking, like, a BJ. Like, a nice little BJ. Right?
Wow.
So, okay. And I'm not homo, so that's big.
It's okay.
So, alright. He's a white guy, so she tells me that she declines him because he's white. And she fucking alright. We started talking about it for a minute, and I was like, that's very racist. She was like, what? No, it's not. And I was like, yeah. It kind of is. She's like, no, black people can't be racist. And I was like, okay. So that, like, opened up, like, the floodgates. And I'm from New Orleans. I know about floodgates, Like, that.
Okay. All right, we got to sidestep for a second. My old roommate runs a t-shirt company, and when the Saints won the Super Bowl, he runs in my room and says, I got an idea for a shirt. He says it's a caricature of the entire team holding up, and I said, a giant FEMA check? He goes, no, a giant food stamp. I'm like, motherfucker, you gonna get
I would have bought that so quick.
Says it's about good for one free Super Bowl.
Oh no!
Yeah, wait, I'll tell you about some of the other shirts that he sells.
Okay, right. Wait, no, that was my bad. I can't get my dumb phone. I can't get on other apps long. So, all right, yeah.
You want me to shut? Okay, never mind.
No, wait. Where did I like leave off?
About how she was racist and she was like no, and then you said that was when the floodgates.
Oh yeah. Okay. So like 61 people liked that post, and just about like 100 of them called me a coon, and like
And
just
then
putting
she did the post.
And the post was basically saying where she was like, a black nigga called me racist. A black nigga.
Yeah.
And like that's how I read it in my mind. But and then like she didn't name any names.
Yeah, hold up, you're echoing. You're echoing. You're echoing.
Is it good now?
No, it's like. Is there people in the background? Something?
Uh-uh.
Oh, we're in a cave.
Everybody's echoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Everyone. Well, I can't hear myself, but everyone else is echoing.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Still echoing, child.
Yes.
Okay, am I echoing now?
All I was gonna say was
No.
like right before the post got deleted, like right before, and I really wanted to screenshot it. Someone sent like a goddamn like a Lego Batman sticker that said like "Let's get nuts," and I really wanted to know the context between it. But like just as I was like about to read it, I tried to like refresh it, but it's fucking she deleted it.
And that's the thing that irritates me about her, is that she...
Lego Batman stickers?
No.
Oh.
It's her statuses. Like, that's the reason why she blocked me, which is a funny story in and of itself. She tells Gabe that, at least that's what he told me, she tells me that, I'm a coon, I'm always on her statuses to start drama, when the only thing I've ever directly said in her statuses were when she was bashing all black men and saying they were nothing but trash, and I was like, black men and women, or men and women in general, have issues, and we should work them out and resolve them and better compromise to understand the different sexes. And that, apparently, being civil and cordial is the tipping point for people like her. So she had blocked me. And even a dude who I know who's pretty pro-black, and he's one of my friends, he liked the comment and he agreed, but she couldn't handle it. Which was lame, but she called me a coon and stuff, and I'm 99.9% sure Jane Crow wanted to get in the pants of this boy.
All right. Let me say something. Now, like I said earlier about my preference of dating, that comes from the fact that I have dated some black women. Didn't work. Ran into problems. I had one chick try to turn me into a sugar daddy. I'm like, do you see how many hours I work with? Do you see the shit? You think I got... No. When she tried to run her game, I got my revenge. Simple as that. 5 years later, she finds me working at my new job, talking about how she want to get together. I'm just like, you let yourself go pretty hard, so no, that's okay. We can be friends, but, And because of various issues, that's why I'm not too big on dating a sister. Now, if I was to meet a sister, which this happened in the past, and we hit it off pretty well, would I give it a shot? Sure. Why the fuck not? I won't turn my head against it. And I think that's where we kind of get into the issue of, even though we have preferences, if you refuse to give it a shot, now if you refuse to give it a shot based on your bad experience, you can kind of let that slide, but if you just don't want to give it a shot at all because of whatever, then I can kind of see the whole racism aspect. It's sort of like a shades of gray, As for Jane Crow, bitch be racist, bitch be tripping, bitch needs some white dick to calm her ass down.
The funny thing about Jane Crow is that she had me on Facebook. I never interacted with her or never met her in person, formally, in real life.
Look,
and this is the same girl who actually ended up... She tried to be... I guess she thought she was being funny and clever. She wasn't. But she decided for Halloween last year to cosplay or dress up or whatever as a stereotypical white girl. Because apparently her reasons for justifying it is blackface is rampant around this time of year. So why not I have fun? And honestly, I didn't really care that much. But when she got triggered at the fact that somebody from the anti-social justice warrior group shared it and was bombarding her page with so you're mad at people cosplaying black people, but you can cosplay white people, and literally mock them on campus. She said she was mocking people and talking in a stereotypical white accent, which apparently, from what she says, most of them didn't get it because it was that bad. And I'm just like, how are you mad? And apparently her sister was trying to jump in and saying she's being doxxed and thing. And I'm like, I doubt she's being doxxed. We haven't gotten
And you know what?
yet.
I'm so glad you brought that up to me because like I used it in my argument with her. Like, and I was like,
To be honest, I didn't know she was cosplaying. I thought she was wearing a regular outfit.
Now,
Same.
see, two things about that. Number one, there are black women out there that talk like that, you know, or I should say, as a white girl. It's barely based on the people that they hang out with, because we all have our different vernaculars based on where we grow up with and the people we interact with. And number two, I've seen sisters running around with Starbucks and Uggs. Bitch needs to sit the fuck down, have several seats.
What were you saying, Gabe?
oh no, I was saying like I used it in an argument against her, and it got like way worse. Because she started bringing up, oh well, I've been to college on sociology. I know about racism, and I'm like, wait, what?
No, you haven't.
I actually had this this is actually related. That Steven Universe Hell group I was telling you guys about, the one with the Blue Lives Matter Garnet. This girl was on here, and I guess she doesn't realize that Steven Universe Hell is a shitposting group. So she thought that they were completely serious, and she started ranting about how this is racist against Black Lives Matter, like that. And then I'm just like, okay. And so she was like, she's like, racism is a thing. And she's like, it's by white people. And I'm like, okay, where did you learn that? Does the dictionary definition of racism not apply to you? Oh no, this was also in that post with my friend who cosplays Chopper and the white girl I screenshot about, where she was saying that black people are born victims and we were forced here since our ancestors were brought here through the slave trade, we are automatically victims as of here and today. We can literally accomplish nothing in America. And I'm like, girl, what? I was like, so what is your definition of racism? Is it not the dictionary? She was like, no, racism is a systematic oppression. I took a sociology class. And I'm like, honey, sociology in college is a joke. You have white professors telling you that black people are victims and white people are born inherently as these big boogeyman. Like, really? You're gonna pay thousands of dollars to be told that? And you buy this? Like, I don't understand that. I took sociology in college. I know more than you.
Wow, one fucking course. Whoop-de shit.
Which you probably overpaid for.
Let me tell you. I actually flipped the script on a psych major. There was this article that she posted where this guy's ex-girlfriend locked him out of the house because he was abusive to her and did all of this shit. Now, I started reading some of the article, and I said, you know, from what I'm reading here, I don't think it was fair what she did, but there had to be a reason why she did that. And if the reason was legit, was just, then by all means. And I was like, yeah. She's screaming at me like, no, you're wrong, da-da-da-da. I'm like, wow, for somebody who's a psych major, you're quite ignorant to what's going on and cherry-picking my comment. Automatic block. I'm like, well, okay then.
They can't take the facts. Can't. I'm just like, and back to Jane Crow. Just like,
let me just say this about Jane Crow. I'm just glad we're calling her that because the name she goes by on Facebook, I ain't gonna say it triggers me, but it pisses me off because it's part of the name of one of my favorite sailors, Senshi, and it makes me want to punch her right in her goddamn face. Please continue.
If you want to talk about cultural appropriation every other minute, that name is cultural appropriation.
Should we tell them Thomas odd too?
Oh yeah, because they're actually best friends.
If it's pertinent to what we're talking about, then by all means, my man.
I actually had an issue with her too, not too long. If you guys know, I posted a status about how wokest of black women are with white guys. Not saying that white guys can't be with black women, and that if you have a white guy that you're automatically unfit to talk about black issues. But I'm talking about consistently bashing white people while being in love or being in bed with somebody who is what you're bashing. I'm like, why is that person still with you? And that was my point. And a friend of mine, who I will keep anonymous because it actually worked in her favor, I feel like she knew deliberately that Tartemis Odd didn't like me. And she deliberately shared my status and tagged her directly in it. And Artemis Todd was acting like she didn't remember unfriending me, which wasn't true to begin with. I unfriended her because of how just off the wall she was being, and just completely racist, and just, yeah, you know, her being herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I was wondering, basically unfriended her. She's so ignorant to black issues. And then she brought up something about how in her comments she was like, black women are treated bad. Black men don't marry black women at larger rates now. And I'm like, but the whole black woman movement right now is you don't have to get married traditionally and you as free and liberated as you want. How is it the black man's fault? And my friend who his girlfriend also runs a YouTube channel, and he is friends with her as well, and he was like, that doesn't make much sense, and that's racist in and of itself. So she was basically, she couldn't take the heat, because we were basically talking about the same thing. We're like, that's pretty racist of you to say, and it's not even based in fact. And one of my other friends who was white, and she didn't know what was going on, she just saw my status, and she was like, but what's wrong with who you love? And she literally tried to say, you're white, you have no voice. I'm like, what?
All right, let me say this. Now, if black people cannot be racist, please, everybody on this show, explain team light skin versus team dark skin. If we cannot be racist, explain that shit.
Well, the argument behind that, at least from what I know, is that light-skinned people are the only ones who benefit from that. That dark-skinned people have never been raised up. There are no dark-skinned people who are predominantly picked in the modeling industry, in the acting industry now, and that they will never be. There is no dark-skinned people who literally say, don't marry a light skin. Apparently. I feel like the whole light skin is better is a thing that stemmed from generations. Like old black folks telling children that because they're dark-skinned, they're ugly, and I don't claim you. Like, I've literally seen, like, some of my parents' friends and things like that have to go through that as childhood, like, they've talked about it. And I'm like, what? Why would you tell your own child this? And it's perpetuated in things like that into the society. It's not something that all black people believe that, yeah, light skin is the best. When there are guys who, like, you see light-skinned people with dark-skinned people. There are people who like dark-skinned people, and there are people who like light-skinned people. And apparently, sexual orientation is a birth.
Now,
I'm light-skinned, but, you know.
I'm looking at my skin. I think I fall under team dark skin. But I tell you what, that ain't stopped me from getting a good job, because maybe evidently because my real name sounds white, maybe that's my upper hand. That's my advantage, because I tell you what, they say black people don't have privilege? Oh, yes, we do. Believe you me.
Wait, I'm still new to this podcast, so are you Adam or Jonathan?
No, I'm Adam.
Oh, okay, all right.
Jonathan has
one
of
those were white.
Yep.
See?
Okay, so, okay, all right. You kind of sound like Dez from the podcast.
Now, here's another example. I guess you could say black privilege or racism. I could be walking down the street. If I see a brother walking around like he don't belong in this area, I will probably go across the street or go back in the other direction. Because I'm like, nah. Let that same brother be wearing a nice suit or regular clothes. Ain't gonna bother me none. And it's like I said, I live 6 blocks from the projects, and it's rough as fuck. But evidently, there is some type of unknown, like, alliance where they will stay down there and they won't come up here. And I'm just like, well, good, whatever. That means when I go to 7-Eleven at 3 o'clock in the morning, these niggas won't try to whoop my ass and run my pockets.
Yeah, like, that's not a racist thing. That's crime rates have gone proportionately up in the Atlanta area, and niggas who look like that are robbing people and killing them at gunpoint for $5. And it's like,
more, it's more being, like, stereotypically cautious than anything. I just made that up. I'm proud of
it. No, you're right. I mean, we're all stereotypically cautious, and in some people's eyes, it's called being racist, you know? If that's the case, that's fine, but I'm just trying to save my wallet, you know?
White folks do it too. White folks who like they come from the trailer park. Other white people who are from like suburbia, upper middle class. They ain't about to walk on the same street as you, or they even scoff at you. Just like Asians. If you look if certain Asians, if they look poorer than other Asians, they ain't about to look at you. It's in every race, and it's in every social class, because that's how it is. That's how society is, and you can try and change it. by maybe, I don't know, caring about your community and sort of trying to work things out and giving spotlight to these people in these communities who actually are trying to. Or you could just complain about it on a Tumblr blog.
Good Lord.
Hashtag POC, hashtag Black Lives Matter, and just like, really, your hashtags aren't going to do anything. Action will.
Yeah. But no, the thing about Jane, I was actually going to call her by her real name. I had to stop myself. But the thing about her is that, like, it's not coming from a place of being cautious. It's just coming from a place of, like hate, you know? Mm-hmm. It's not like she's, I'm afraid of white people. No. That's just straight up like, I don't trust them. Like, they are terrible, terrible people. All of them have to pay for the crimes that they have committed. Like, no, that's not true at all. And I recently, I told her this. Wait, I gotta look it up on Messenger. I did not remember it. Yeah, you guys remember I posted it in the chat.
Yeah.
It's a very heartfelt Martin Luther King speech. I gotta send a lot of messages.
But, like, going into what she had said, like, what was that she had said about, I'm trying to think. She had said, she was talking about she had done wrong by the white man. And I'm like, she doesn't even seem like the type of person who hangs out with white people. Like, she doesn't.
Ooh.
Like,
yeah. She said her best friend is white, and I was like, alright, so where's, like, the discrepancy?
See, it's one thing to be ignorant about what you're saying, and you don't want to listen to what other people have to say or open your mind, as opposed to, yeah, you know what? Let me get a read on this. Let me see if this will change my views. There are people who are still, quote-unquote, ignorant, but they actually took the time to read source material or a book to understand this and that. So...
Yeah. She sent me like a bunch of articles, and the articles were literally like just proving that she believes that she has the right to be like a dick.
Did these articles come from NegroWorldNews.com?
No, they can't. It was worse. A white woman who lives in upper middle class Michigan has a website dedicated to saying that black people are victims. I've witnessed, she grew up in like the 80s with the flower children and everything. She was like, I witnessed in my perception black people being treated badly in the 60s through the 70s, the 80s. And she's like, this applies to today. She's like, black people have every right to be as racist and as she calls it prejudice. Even though it's the same thing. Just like, I have every right to be prejudiced to other races as they want. They've earned that right. And I'm like, she literally has it's her little blog mom format. And it's like, this is your source? You couldn't get an actual sociology teacher thing? Or maybe like a professor who's actually studied statistics and behavior? Maybe?
That's like when you make a comment about let's say something hotbed in politics right now. Whatever. And somebody comments, well, XYZ, and you're like, what's your source? They give you a link, and you go to that link, and you would think when you read something online, they link back to the original source. But in this case, it doesn't link back to the original source. It links back to either tags on that site or to another article on that site, and so on and so forth. And the site is weak as shit.
Yep. What were you saying, Jonathan?
I was about to say, like, we got people like Hamburglar that jump on the whole bandwagon. It's a long story. We cover it after the podcast. But anyway, you got people that try to be, hope black people can be racist because, bandwagon. You got people
Is that another, like, hidden name?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Well, now I just want to call it, what's the bird's name? From, like, the McDonald's bird.
The burglar?
Not burglar.
I think
Ronald's best friend on that.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Birdie the early bird. That's okay. All right, forget Jane Crow. Her name is Birdie the early bird.
Nah, fam. Jane Crow fits her.
So we going with McDonald's names. Now we got Hamburglar, Birdie.
Nah,
might as well change Tarmus to Grimace.
I love Birdie Crow.
Yeah. See, no, let's not even, because y'all gonna make me hungry and make me walk up the street to Mickey D's and get like a McChicken or something like that. Come on.
A chicken McStruggle.
All day, every day, my man. All day, every day. A chicken McStruggle and a side of diet stress. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Chicken McStruggle machine broke.
This is apparently it's actually very interesting that Jane Crow, Early the Birdie, whatever we want to call her.
Early the Birdie Jane Crow.
Early the Birdie Jane Crow. It's very ironic that she is bashing black men all the time, that she is talking about black people can't be racist, while allegedly, I'm not going to say it's 100% true, but allegedly she's been defending a rapist who lied about raping someone.
It's true.
And it
That's a
wasn't,
whole, that's a whole other camp.
and that's not even to the point where, and this is by her own words, like even without screenshots, she's actually said to people that he deserves a second chance. Not, I don't think he's guilty. He deserves a second chance. Like, everybody deserves a second chance.
Hold up. I believe everybody deserves a second chance. But here's the way you get that second chance. When you own the fuck up for what you did. That's
yes,
it.
not to lie.
The man in his future is going to MomoCon.
Oh my god.
That's what she said.
This is the Gossip Cast.
It can
Pretty
be
much.
at times. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it can be gossip cast, but you know what? A lot of shit that we're gossiping about does affect us one way or another, so we gotta talk about it, and we do need a quote-unquote reliable source.
This person is very well infamous in the cosplay community, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got any more info about that aspect?
Wait, do we know who the guy is?
Our friend he's also in the little podcast chat. He knows exactly who it is. Friend of the girl who I'm actually friends with now. And I've been asking her about it. When I get screenshots of it, I'll send it to you guys.
Alright, well, can we call him Officer Big Mac?
Sure.
I just can't imagine if this cosplay Officer Big Mac. Oh yes.
Hey girl, let me give you a chicken McRape.
Lord.
Whoa!
Fries.
This
took
a
touchy subject.
This took a Ijo Chuji turn. This took a.
It's a Peter Jamaica term.
We're talking about Jujito.
Yeah. Ooh, she corrected me. She said, "You talking about Jujito? Come here."
Well, okay, can you tell us about the cosplay aspect of Jane Crow?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Before we get into that whole aspect of her cosplays, to touch back on something that Kay said earlier in regards to Jane Crow and blacks and dating, this reminds me of a story on Thought Shop's Facebook, because we talked about something similar. And this is what I said, and it's pretty much God's honest. This is something I ain't saying because I made it up. This is shit from my own experience trying to date out there. A sister talked about how she wants a black man to take care of herself, to take care of her, to take care of him, to do, to step up, intelligent, make all of that. A brother would step up and be like, I got all of that. She will look the brother in the face and be like, not you, the nigga behind you. And she will end up dating the nigga that runs in the street, smokes all the weed, smokes all the drugs, sells all the drugs, and might smack her to fuck around. And then same sister would get mad when that brother who stepped to her to be her man will get mad when she sees him dating somebody that ain't even black.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you need your own morning show. Like,
see,
the DJ Rama morning show.
See, I'm waiting for either Steve Harvey or D.L. Hughley's contracts to expire with the black radio stations so I can get up in there, you know?
yeah. Not even just that. I mean, like ITT Tech commercial morning.
No. First things first. Let me tell you something. If I got my degree from ITT Tech, I wouldn't even have a fucking job, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I've been in IT for 20 years. I have seen people show up with resumes that say ITT Tech on it. When they leave, that shit go right in the garbage.
Why? Why is it so bad?
Because there are some colleges that are joke schools.
Yeah,
ITT Tech is one of those. No. It's gotten to the point where nobody gives a fuck if you went to Harvard. If you went to City Tech and you got your shit together, all right, let's roll. It's just that certain schools are considered a joke in various fields, like, you know?
Yeah, like Everest College is the
Yeah.
joke of what is it called?
That's a joke in-
Yeah.
That's a joke of all of the fields, you know?
Bonner College, all of them.
Uh-huh.
Criminal justice, that's a joke.
DeVry.
Bruh, don't even do that. We don't talk about DeVry.
See, around here, it's DeVry College in New York.
DeVry University. We ain't even located in Georgia. If you want to go to DeVry, you have to schedule the one in Virginia. Like, all right, that's our lives right now. I can't. Okay, we were talking about Jane Crow's cosplays.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, how she has in the cosplay community. Might as well bring up general people.
Oh,
Racism.
there is something else. This is like I guess, filler. This is like the anime filler of this conversation. But we were having this one little conversation about her cosplay and not her cosplay, because I was talking to her about Shad Base, and that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But I was talking to her about Shad Base, and like she said she doesn't like Shad Base because she's cosplayed as Symmetra. And
If you want to call it that.
Poorly.
Alright, but yeah, I'm just gonna show it in the chat. And I guess you can like link it down below.
I'm supposed to explain it.
It's alright. It's a picture because it's so funny, and I don't want to like spoil it. I really want you guys to see.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm just gonna look up porn real quick.
Are you still friends with her?
What?
Are you still friends with her?
On Facebook, yeah.
See, you can't say he's friends with her. He's just keeping tabs on her. Because if you think about it, when someone says, "Yo, why do you got so and so on your Facebook?" I'm like, I'm just keeping tabs, see what's going on with this person. That's all it is.
I ain't even gonna lie. That's why I keep some of the people my friends with. I know they betray me in a heartbeat.
Same here, and it's funny. Half the people I just keep tabs on are on a special filter, and they can't see my posts, and they too stupid to realize that. So.
Oh man, I'm just like, all right. But her cosplay community persona is very toxic and very demanding. Even in the art community, she's very annoying. She believes that her low quality art, and this is by someone whose art is pretty low quality in my own opinion.
I got something to show you later.
she doesn't even, okay, it seems like her old works, believe it or not, look better than her works now. It's like she got worse. Because after she blocked me, I forgot to unlike her art page, and a lot of her art stuff, it's so bad. Like, her proportions are wrong, her arms are flimsy, and she's always doing black versions of characters instead of, like, OCs and stuff. Like, I feel like she has the potential to do it, but she's so... What is that?
So the creators of Overwatch said to mention.
Oh!
Yeah.
I remember that. It's funny, though. You
Yeah,
showed her that?
Okay. Part of
There's like the biggest coincidence ever that she would cosplay as someone with autism.
Part of me thinks that's kind of fucked up, but on the same side, my dark humor, that shit's hilarious.
That is hilarious. It has Pepe the Frog, and then the autistic Muppet from
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But remember, Pepe the Frog is dead, so...
What is with that? I don't understand that.
Because, quick side note, for those who don't know, Pepe the Frog was a frog created by this dude. It was like a children's book thing, and then the alt-right, and for those who don't know what the alt-right is, basically white nationalists who believe in... They're basically the neo-clan, just a bit more sophisticated with their clannish nature. They believe in, like, ethnic cleansing and things like that, but they kind of adopted Pepe the Frog as a symbol, and Hillary decided to jump on that and say that it was a hate symbol, and the whole Society for Hate Symbols confirmed it, and so the creator didn't want to be associated with this and trying to stop it, so eventually he just killed Pepe the Frog. But that's just going to make the memes go stronger, like Harambe. It's like... I still love it, though. I still love Pepe.
Yeah, because you got black people in the cosplay community talking about press, but y'all being racist, going after white people who doing certain cosplays,
Yeah.
jealousy.
Oh yes, that actually ties into and I actually found out the whole cane saw cosplay controversy that happened. Tori was one of the main proprietors who tried to spread it around, and she was able to delete the evidence before it got back to her, but archives are forever.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently she helped spread it in the POC cosplayers group, and she helped organize the witch hunt with Tartemis Hamburger, whatever we're calling it. And I'm just like, really? And they just go around telling people that whatever they're doing is wrong, that their cosplays, they can't cosplay certain races of people or complexions because apparently race and culture are completely one and the same, and there has never been any sort of distinction between being a brown-skinned person and having culture somewhere in, for example, say Japan or something, or being a person who is fair-skinned and having culture somewhere in Africa. Apparently there's no sort of distinction towards that, and everything is considered just you're black-facing. And this what irritates me about the whole blackface controversy, quote unquote. It's not they know it's not blackface. They know it's not. Because they have to constantly try and call it other things. They call it brown facing, red facing, yellow facing, and I'm like, really? Really? Like, really? Like this you remember the post about the girl who wanted to cosplay as the demon?
Kinda.
The one where she wanted to cosplay as the girl, she turns into a demon, and she has, like, really tan skin when she cosplays the demon, and it was in the Anime Week in Atlanta group.
I remember.
Yeah, she's like, I remember, I was there! And and she wanted to know if it would be okay if she used, like, a red tint, or, kind of brown, because she wanted to...
I remember.
She wanted to emulate the character, be the character. That's what you want with cosplay. And I don't get this thing where it says you don't have to paint your skin. No, really, I didn't ever think of that. Of course you don't have to, but if you want to, that should be your choice. It's not all cosplay is cosplay. One second, when a black person wants to cosplay Sailor Moon and doesn't want to have to change the skin with makeup, and then on the
Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, all right. All I was gonna say was that like, because cosplay in general is like just showing love for the character, you know.
Yes.
So like, even if it is like blackface or whiteface or whatever, like it's not from like any ill intent, you know.
Yeah, it's
at least it's from it's just from like how they view the character, and like they really want to like show their love for the character.
Yeah, and that, in my opinion, is the distinction between blackface and just using makeup to do a cosplay and admiration. Actual blackface was categorized during that time, showing in a person who grew up during that time a picture of somebody cosplaying Garnet with brown face paint from her season 1. As much as people like to deny she didn't have brown skin in the first season, she did. That's why black women tried to identify as Garnet. This is not a secret. She was there. And then showing them a picture of actual blackface with like the old 1960s makeup. There is a difference. There was the intent to demean and use stereotypes of black people to paint them as uneducated and dumb. And then there was the cosplays, where they're doing Michi-chan, Ruby Rose, the Mamoru cosplayer who did Ruby Rose, the Garnet cosplayer, and I forgot the other one. She did a cosplay of a brown sort of skinned person, and she wasn't like a black person. They were like one of those ambiguous kind. The tan. Oh, Sombra. The Korean cosplayer did Sombra, who apparently got completely bashed over it. And the Mexicans weren't even that.
Actually, there was one Mexican on my Facebook that was upset by it, and I didn't give her shit for it because she's a good cosplayer, and I give her that, But let's talk about something you mentioned earlier about blackification of cosplay. Now, seeing that one picture in the chat made me think. Now, if you are not, I'm just saying, if you ain't white, when you do cosplays, you got to adjust the wig and certain things to kind of make the costume work, which is cool. there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you're fair or dark skin, and if you're doing Sailor Moon, you might want to go with a different shade of blonde or yellow wig, which is cool. But then you got the whole blackification where it's it ain't Serena, it's Shanae Menene, and it's the wig, and it's the things are Afro puffs and cornrows going all the way down. See, it's funny at first, because that's why I laugh at it, because this shit's funny, because that to me is blackification, whether it's cosplay or your own artwork,
Mm-hmm.
But, and it's like, I need representation. Well, if you want representation, just go fucking do it. Do it in your style, how it seems fit. Don't try to blackify it, because that shit's kind of wrong. But that's just me and how I fucking feel.
Yep.
I want to say this as well.
Mhm.
Or then I noticed that, like, people doing cosplay community, they don't really, like, try to promote themselves or, get involved with the general cosplay scene.
Mm-hmm.
They just, like, keep themselves to their own group. They don't want to, like, evolve, take notes, improve their cosplays. They just want to, like, seek validation because, I'm black, I'm cosplaying this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, some of the most popular black cosplayers are popular because, they don't do the whole, I'm black doing this thing. They do their cosplays, post the pictures, get involved with the cosplay community, that's it. But you got the certain subset group, POC Facebook group, that does the opposite.
Look, they're not just the bane of our existence, but we get some good topics from them. So
they are a juicy source of high cholesterol and fatty acids. They are. They are an interesting, juicy gossip rag.
We had this talk on my podcast, okay, but like all I was gonna say was that like that I would love to stir some controversy in like the cosplay community.
What was it? Oh, like do it enough to get like POC cosplayers to like talk about it. Yeah.
Like, and I'm cosplaying as like a goddamn fucking like Russian muscle lifting lesbian.
Oh yeah, from Overwatch.
So yeah, I mean like, people say like, oh, do Lucio. I don't like fuck Lucio. He's lame.
Every nigga with braids is doing Lucio.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, let's not do Lucio to death. It's like
I know my friend Darren's doing Lucio, but the thing is, Darren's actually good at craftsmanship, so I can see him doing it. But you got some people that think, oh, I got trail lights, I can do Stash Shock. And it's like, no, do whatever you want, just don't do black characters. Even Bond said, it's like, don't limit yourself to black characters. Like, that's how you don't get that popular in cosplay. When it's just like, y'all limit to yourselves.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole thing where black cosplayers want to get they constantly complain about not having, even with just watching casual anime, it's like, oh, there's no black people. Japan needs to make black people in anime, and it's like, what obligation do they have to make specifically black people just because you're black? I know you ain't buying these DVDs.
I think we've beaten that shit into the ground. So.
And it's like, really, and the whole cosplay thing. I like what you said. If you want representation, show it. And then this whole thing about you need, you know how some, particularly these are female cosplayers who do this, and I think it's an attention grab really to get pity points so they can gain more followers. Like when the black cosplayers who do like Eno, the black cosplayer who does Eno, and it was a viral thing for a minute, and it was going around all the pages and stuff. People were sharing it, and then she gets these comments from people who are saying really racist stuff about her and stuff like that, just some awful stuff, criticizing her cosplayer. Yeah, they were just criticizing her cosplay, and she was like, these white people, and I'm looking. You further examine the screenshots she takes. These people are, first of all, and it's the same formula what happens to mostly American cosplayers. These people are foreigners. They're from other countries. They're not cosplayers at all. And they're usually not white. They're usually Hispanic or Indian or Pakistan. From Pakistan. Oh,
Pakistani, yeah.
Pakistani, yeah.
Middle
They're
Eastern.
Pakistani or Persian or something like that. And they're people who can barely speak English, and when they do, it's like really there's a small minority of people who are in the United States who are just like, you're black, you can't cosplay this, unless they're a complete troll or they're really not from that country. And most of them, and almost cosplayers go through this. They actually, it's always the foreigners and people who don't even cosplay, and they're trying to critique other people's cosplay. When I posted some of our cosplays from the One Piece photo shoot, some of my Inuyasha photo shoot photos, there were people asking me, is that Jeff the Killer? Why is there a black person cosplaying Naraku? And it's like, that's they're basing it off of what the anime looks like. And they don't understand that all cosplay is cosplay because they don't cosplay. It's not all white people, it's ignorant people who don't cosplay. You need to know that distinction. And then they're getting these pity points from people and saying, this is why black people are treated bad. And then that whole Dragon Ball Weave, Ghetto Ball Z, whatever that meme was, where the...
That shit was funny. I'm sorry.
I pointed that out when that first hit, and I was like, y'all are mad at this. But y'all were laughing at, like, 2007 when that meme came out about Nigga Moon. Like, y'all were laughing. Y'all know about Nigga Moon.
Wait, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's also a bit of irony considering the Saiyans are monkeys. But
it's the old saying, do as I say, not as I do. But a mix of, it's okay for us to talk and laugh about it. You're outside. You're not allowed to, you know?
And my thing is like that Super Saiyan cosplay, like, dude, that cosplay was amazing. And I'm like, it really was it? Like, the girls, there was like 2 girls who actually, like, they had the wigs and stuff, and like the Bulma cosplayer, and I think it was the Majin Buu girl. She did Majin Buu, I believe. And she did it in her own style. Like, she didn't want to have to do all that pink makeup and stuff. So she got, like, a form-fitting, like, I think it was one of those skin suits, the morph suits. She cut it up from the chest up so that it could just expose her skin from, like, above her cleavage up. And then she had her braids, and she tied it up in a side ponytail so it looked like his swirl kind of on the side. That was creative. Everyone else just wore their hair, and then they wore, like, pieces and fragments of the cosplay. Like, it wasn't this oh-so-great cosplay that was grand and elaborate, but it also wasn't a horrible cosplay. And then they're like, I know a white person made this meme. I'm like, this has black written all over it. This was a roast.
Actually, it was. I remember when this meme popped out. They actually tracked the person down. It was a brother who made the original meme, okay? And they wanted to string his ass up. And let me tell you, from looking at that picture, if I saw those same 5 girls, in cosplay or not, walking down the street towards me, I'm crossing the street because they gonna whoop that nigga's ass for some food stamps and child support money, okay? They look like that. I should know. I'm just saying, I grew up in the projects. I seen that shit on a regular basis, okay?
Oh, man.
If you ever seen the PJs, that shit's 99% accurate, okay?
Yep, I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, really? Yeah, was it that big of a deal? And then they were like, we need to support these girls. This is why black people are afraid to cosplay. And I'm like,
it's like, no, because here's the thing. Like, when I was at Battle Brew, me and his other, like, cosplay, we were talking about this. He's in the same mindset as us and Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't really care just cosplay. I don't cosplay for agenda. And to actually talk to people at cons. Because everything I noticed, too, like people that talk about, oh, we were oppressed and stuff, they don't really like interact at the con that much. At all. I'm just like, it's a social thing. You need to talk to people, interact with people.
Yeah. They just go for show. They want to get the Patreon donations, and they want to go to the con, and they want to they want to get invited to the con. They want to get to go there for free. That's the whole point. They want to be cosplayers.
It's like y'all guys just do last minute cosplays. You scrap up some pennies and buy a pass. You go to the con, cry about being oppressed or didn't get attention.
Now, first things first.
And it's like, fam, you just went there, went to a photo shoot, cried being oppressed, like, oh no, you pay attention to me. It's like, Saying your cosplay is last minute. You had a year to make your costume.
Well,
You don't improve.
let me tell you, Kodor, I don't think some of them cosplays are done at the last minute because some of them people are on fixed incomes, so they got to plan they budget cosplays a few months in advance just in case if the lights get turned off or something happens. You know what I'm saying? Where they got to go in and maybe they're going to get less cash every month off that EBT card, okay?
Nah, they would do that on dealer room cosplay. You go to the dealer room, make a cosplay costume.
Let me tell you something. If I see a hot chick doing that dealer room cosplay with a schoolgirl uniform and I see her at the rave, it's a wrap. Shit.
That reminds me, Jane Crow actually did that. She tried to get a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe. I think it was GoFundMe. I remember this. This was 2 years ago, I believe. She did a GoFundMe so she could get money to go to Dragon Con. And people actually donated. She had over like $100-something. She apparently spent all her money up on something. It wasn't like emergency money. It was like she literally just didn't have money at the time. She didn't prioritize.
I would have reported that shit.
She's a black person. She's a black female who shows off her buns.
I mean,
them saggy buns.
They didn't sag. They just kind of flat like a pancake.
It's sort of like what Sir Mix-a-Lot said. I don't want those buns, hun.
Ego, bruh, I can't. She was donating. I think she had over $100 or $200 already. People were donating, and then she was like, "I'll draw things for you that she never drew," and I'm like, "Really? You're not."
But you know what's funny? I'm actually pressed, and I actually get it free, but it's like not all like as fun as it sounds. You know?
What do you mean?
Or, like back to what Jonathan was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like people trying to like get in free just because of like the name alone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's an annoying process being fucking pressed.
I don't know.
Very annoying.
I like doing press,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only downside is that I can't. I can still enjoy the con, but I can't really do as many panels as I want as I choose to because most of my photography is cosplayers.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make sure that I hit a couple of panels. I hit a couple of the photo shoots I want. I got to make sure I'm at the masquerade, a couple of other events, and if there's something going on, I'm going to have to find somebody else to cover that. Like, there's been a couple of cons have scheduled interviews at the same time. Almost the time I have to go do a masquerade. I'm like, I got to find 2 other people to cover this, or I have to cancel it or have them reschedule,
Yeah. Wait, you're pressed too, right?
Yep.
Who did you like schedule an interview for?
It depends. Like I said, it depends on the convention. But also what takes into that is that I may not be able to get all the guests I want because sometimes it's based on how long you've been doing press for that convention and what you feed back and so forth. It's like
the only interview I've ever done with Vic Minonia.
Oh yeah,
Kay's channel.
Yeah, I've interviewed him twice. This is a really amazing dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. He seemed really like chill at the fact that it was like my first interview.
It was really nice. Yeah.
It's like I don't know who that lady was.
She was
handler.
An agent.
It's generally if they're wearing a badge, it's most likely it's their handler.
Yeah, it was the handler.
Yeah, she could have been less of a cunt, but he was great.
Well, she was probably being the way she was because she has to run his schedules and stuff, and she doesn't want him to she doesn't want them to intertangle so that he doesn't have time for like autographs and panels and stuff that he had to do. And a lot of the times they have to be really assertive.
Unless she just wants to so she wants to get everything like done as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Some of that extra time, with Edward Elric.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, because everything about it is too like black cosplayers always get jealous of or cosplayers are racist, then they try to do the witch hunts.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just doing this out of jealousy. If
To
you
who?
blackface, it's like I'm talking about the whole witch hunting thing and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you're doing it out of jealousy because it's just like I seen with the Sunbird cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
People going after Sunbird, then upload on Sunbird pictures, or like with King Saul, Thomas Odd, or her
Yes.
Star Wars cosplay.
That was so wrong. Like, and
You
Kane Saw
look-
wasn't
you look
even
bad.
white.
I was like, so you mad because especially a bear cosplay than you upload version of the cosplay.
Horrible version. That was bad. That was dollar store bad. Like, it was bad. Like, and it's very interesting how the girl wasn't even white to begin with. She's half Indian American, like Hindu, like from India, and she was brown. And the tint of her color is actually very like, it's weird. It's like a pasty kind of brown. So first looking, you would be like, oh wow, that's a unique shade. But the only thing fake on her, and she's actually said this when I was talking to her and messaging her about it, was she got implants recently for a cosplay, and she actually does cosplays better than Jessica Negri. Like, her cosplays are that much better. Like, God. And I'm just like, really, you have to like you barely cosplay, barely, and you were so jealous to the fact that you had to go on her profile. You had to go on her, try to bash her Sombra cosplay, then dig into her cosplay page photos where you saw her skin color was that color consistently. You had to dig into the whitest photoshopped panty anarchy picture you could find and try to use it as a comparison. You knew you were lying and you knew you were wrong.
What's up? This person only got a cosplay because she was told she was like a character Game of Thrones with. That's what then kills me too. Like, she don't have no real passion for the art or hobby at all.
Yeah, she cosplayed that chick from Game of Thrones, the queen.
It's like you just threw a wig in your phone, and plus you read an article about you and you got one up. It's like you don't have no real passion for the community or anything.
Didn't she get mad because nobody was like really taking pictures of her meetup thing?
Yeah, at Dragon Con. It was like a big photo shoot, and it's like the character is very common character cosplay. And two, there are few actors too that are more impressive.
Yeah. It's like, you ain't gonna get it. If you want to get more attention, be creative. That's how cosplay should be for the most part. Have your sexies and you I can barely get by with this, your thought shots, you know. Then you got your creativity.
It's like y'all not into cosplay like that. You trying to make money or get attention from it, but there's a passion for it. Had no real creativity or talent for it.
Yeah. And even people who I don't really find favorable in the cosplay community, like Negri, I'm not a real fan of hers, but people just trying to go on like reaching and going on witch hunts saying, is this tan? She has blackface. Should we go and assemble? Like, really? Come on now. You not
It's
jealous?
like, I don't like her either. So it's just like, she has people make her costumes for her. And one part, some of her costumes are actually done good. Well, she didn't make them, but you know.
Well, you know, there was a big controversy about her a few years ago that she was actually exposed for this, but for some reason nobody brings it up. Where she actually lied about a few commissions that she was getting done, and then she claimed they were hers while paying them under. She didn't even pay them fully for the commissions, and then she tried to lie and claim it was hers. But nobody talked about it because it's just an easier. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, but still, it's just like, you know, you mad because this person is famous.
Yeah.
It's like, she played the game. She got famous. Well, you are famous.
Well, look, I remember a couple of years ago, she said something on Twitter that sounded like she said something along the lines of nigga, and everybody lost their shit over it. I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, I know what you're talking
about. The photo where she literally, it was this leather leotard kind of thing, and she had a machine gun, and on the little license plate of the car, it's a play on her own name. It's Nigiri, please.
Yeah.
On the words of nigga, please, and it's like, really?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That's a reach. You were reaching that harder than Michael Jordan at that slam dunk. Like, come on, that was a reach.
Now, I've taken pictures of Negri, and I didn't know who she was. People were like, I'm like, whatever. From what I see, from my existing knowledge of her and what people say, I don't think she's that bad of a person. But if
Yeah.
I'm wrong, I am wrong. My thing is this: you could be the most popular cosplayer in the goddamn world. As long as you own up, like if you made it, you made it. If you commission it, you commission it. And if you say who you got the commission from, they're gonna probably make some bank off of it because you gave them their endorsement. You know?
Yeah, that's my thing. Just don't lie about it. And she hasn't.
Exactly.
Apparently, she hasn't lied about it since. So,
Yeah.
and I hear she's a nice person.
Yeah, she's
like,
she's actually calmed down a lot. You know, but you know how it is. When you get that cost fame, you become all of this, and then you kind of realize, oh, I need to kind of bring it back.
yeah, and she's
Press-
got a good
press.
endorsement for Lollipop Chainsaw too.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
when I
Sophie
first
was
met
happy.
her, actually, when she was doing Juliet Starling at PAX East. Met her through an acquaintance.
Yeah, Sylvie the one was happy because she got a lot of views for that game. That's his thing he made. But anyway, same with Yaya Hunt, I heard some POC group don't like Yaya that much, and she's like, Yaya made her own stuff. She famous.
Yaya even pandered to black folks when the Garnet and the Sombra and the Ruby Rose cosplayers were getting like dragged through the mud because they're cosplays. She pandered to them and she was like, blackface isn't a thing. It shouldn't, like it shouldn't be a thing, and we shouldn't do that. Don't color your skin, And then black women were kind of like, yeah, this is Yaya, and I'm like, she still don't like you if you have low quality cosplays. So
Exactly, because I remember that picture of Jane Crow taking that picture of Yaya. I'm just like,
I think I took a picture with Yaya before.
it's like,
She gave you
I'll
a
make sure my
nice
cosplay looks good before I take a picture of her.
hmm
So I don't want to make it look bad.
Did she give you a nasty look when you took a picture with her, Reika?
No, she didn't. I don't think I really had a cosplay on. I just had a wig on and like some clothes.
Oh, that's good. She be. My friend, when we were at the cosplay contest at AWA, was it 2014 or something? I don't remember. It was one of those years. We went to the cosplay contest, and afterwards, my friend wanted to get an autograph of Yaya, and she was in her cosplay. She worked so hard. She wanted, to show it to her, kind of impress her, because she was her cosplay idol at the time. Because I was on Heroes of Cosplay, she was the judge and whatever. That was just.
We don't talk about Heroes of Cosplay anymore. we
That
don't.
was a
Go ahead.
Lord. But she was getting the autograph, and she looked at her and she was like, and then my friend was like, I worked really hard on this cosplay, what do you think, Yaya? And Yaya knew she could have said, she didn't have to say it was amazing, but she could have said something nice. And she kind of looked and she it's she didn't even answer. If I wasn't my friend, I would have been laughing, but I was like, really? And my friend had to wait a long time before she could even get the autograph afterwards. And I'm like, how rude are you? And my friend could tell, and I was really rude. And I'm like, that ever since then, no. You self-proclaimed, I think I'm the queen of cosplay. No, you are not. You make good cosplays. Stop showing your titties all the time and getting mad when people objectify you. But you bad. You cunt. I don't like you. That's like.
We have people like Ebony Warrior Studios because he's actually nice. He makes commission.
Mm-hmm. This is like Ebby Webby cosplay, I think. Ebby.
Not Mage's cool person too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Night Mage, he is the black cosplayer that we need but don't deserve.
we really do. We need more of him, Vaughn,
Ebony
Ryan
Warrior
Green.
Studios.
Yep, Ebony Warrior Studios. Ryan Green. He's actually one of the first black cosplayers. Ryan Green, you look him up on his cosplay page. He's actually the first guy to do what would be considered whiteface. He did Duke Nukem cosplay, where he he did his skin to look like Duke Nukem's skin color. And it was actually really good. And he actually got featured on Marvel's YouTube channel for his Hulk. He's actually a really good cosplayer. He puts a lot of energy into his paint jobs and stuff. And
Right, who's the other guy? He's in the UK. He's kind of like Vaughn. He does what he wants. No shame in cosplays whatsoever. I forgot the name.
Let me think. Is he black?
Yeah, You was talking about 28 Days of Black cosplay. You just like, oh, I don't need it. I cosplay where a chance I get it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name though.
I had to like go all the way back in the group chat and find it.
Well, I think it's time for us to wrap this up because it's starting to get a little late.
I guess after we don't get to tell your friend about Hamburglar.
Yeah, that's for as Black Cosplay Podcast After Hours. You have to be here in order to hear that shit. So thanks for listening and thank you for supporting us. Podcast will be up on YouTube later this week. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at blackcosplayerspodcast@outlook.com. Sister K, would you like to take us out?
All right.
Oh, she does the same thing on my podcast.
When in doubt, if you can't stay woke, you ain't good enough.
God damn, if I know you was going to do that, I would have had the drums playing in the background.
I gotta plan this ahead of time then, because gotta have those kumbaya drums or those.
How a Jamaican drum?
Yeah, I have those Jamaican drums, bro.
I love them drums.
Because whenever someone says woke, we got to step up. That's what it comes down to,
Stay woke. Ain't no rest.
All right, here we go. Yep, here we go. No, that's not it. Here we go. You want to take us out?
Yeah, with a sniper. With AR-15.
I need the bathroom one last time.
Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and you guys gotta remember, if it ain't woke, if it ain't broke and it ain't woke, don't fix it. And remember, stay woke, because if you ain't woke, you asleep.
I'm done.
Got an epic ass girl.
I'm done. See y'all next week.
We in the jungle.